Prime Minister Gaston Brown, and my brother and friend, President Irfan Ali from Guyana. And of course, we have the Secretary General of CARICOM, Carla Barnett, with us, along with our friends from the multilateral community, IFC, IDB, and the World Bank. Rebuilding Jamaica will require all hands on deck. Mike Nathan? But it will not only require Jamaican hands, it will require the hands of our brothers and sisters in CARICOM, in Central America, South America, North America, and indeed the wider world, including Africa, Europe, and the Middle East.
Hello, JPU family. Welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered. If you are joining this channel for the first time, welcome. Returning subscribers, welcome back. Guys, I hope that everybody is doing well. I thank you for joining. So, yeah, all the CARICOM leaders are in Jamaica. They're on the ground. They're basically touring the disaster area to see what this monster Category 5 hurricane did to Jamaica. And I was going to say to no one's surprise, but really it is a surprise. At a moment like this, leader of the opposition is absent. And everybody's asking why. As you can see there, when the Prime Minister spoke about unity, he looks around at Dayton Campbell and said, right, Dayton? Dayton was there representing the opposition. So it's quite embarrassing, guys, if you ask me, because the first people to respond from the Caribbean region to Jamaica when the storm first hit was Cayman Islands. And as you can see, Cayman came with their premier in the black shirt there, the black polo shirt, and in the white shirt, button-down shirt, is the opposition leader of Cayman. And they came as a group. They came on the same flight. So it's like, did Jamaica not learn anything? Did the opposition party of Jamaica not learn anything about coming together during time of crisis? I mean, you can't really force people to join hands with you, right? And if they choose not to do it, sure, you can call them out for it, but I don't believe in forcing people to join you. You know, I don't believe in that. But the kind of facade that they are putting up by sending data, and as if the opposition really cares about, you know, the disaster and how it's being handled, they clearly don't care, because this is not an event that you miss as the opposition leader of Jamaica. You don't miss something like this. Guys, am I right or am I wrong? Moderator, I see you. Good night. Welcome back. As you can see here, the entire CARICOM's here. Mia Motley promised that Barbados is going to set up a field hospital in Jamaica. It was also reported in the media as well. But all of the Caribbean is there. And the big question today is very simple. Where was the opposition of Jamaica during CARICOM's Hurricane Observation Meeting and tour? And at a time when regional leaders were locked in basically an urgent, you know, gathering because Jamaica is a cheer for CARICOM at this time. So they're locked in, discussing, bouncing ideas off each other, seeing how they can help regarding the hurricane and the devastating impact. And Jamaica's opposition voice is silent, absent, and missing. What's even more troubling is that this isn't the first time that the PNP has fumbled when decisive leadership matters most. You would think they learned something, guys, as I said, from the Cayman Islands, but they clearly didn't. The CARICOM Hurricane Meeting, it wasn't just a regular meeting. This is serious. It was a moment where leaders from across the region came together to basically map out relief, recovery, coordination, and shared resources. And Jamaica has been one of the hardest hit countries, perhaps in history, right? And this is a moment and this is a time when it's important for the government leader and the opposition leader to be present. The government officials were present, the CARICOM partners were present, technical teams, but the leader of the opposition, Mark Golding, not there. Not on a call, not at the table. He sends his general secretary. In a national crisis, optics matter, leadership matters, and showing up is the bare minimum. And this is how I know, again, reaffirmed that Jamaica made the right decision on September 3rd. Because you want your leaders to be showing up for you. You want your leaders to be showing up with you. It doesn't matter if they are in government or opposition. Leaders show up. You know, I said something earlier over on Facebook. Um, the JLP was in opposition for 18 years. And the JLP did not behave like the PNP. If anybody disagree with that, tell me in the chat. The PNP has been in opposition for almost 10 years. And half the time, they've morphed into a cult, doing everything that is wrong to the country. They haven't done anything right. Not even for their own party. They've become demonic. They've become antagonistic. They've become underminers, saboteurs against themselves and against our leader, Andrew Holness, and his administration, and against our country. The JLP didn't go halfway there. In fact, they didn't go there at all. They sat their behinds in opposition and did their job. But this has become a power-hungry situation for the PNP, so much so that because they're not in power, they don't care. But at this point in time, let's just be honest. This isn't new. This is not the first time we're seeing this. We just watched the PNP stumbled embarrassingly. After the election, they lost. And them and their operatives keep going around saying, we won, we got 28 seats, the election denied and all them kind of something. They're causing all sort of confusion. I mean, these people are so out of whack that I know you guys remember on foreign policy, they went to CARICOM, not CARICOM, sorry. The government, Jamaica, went to the United Nations annual meeting. And the opposition is going to tell Jamaica that they need to go up there and go pick side in a war. War we're not involved in. I tell you, we say if we walk out and Israel and walk out and walk out, follow other countries and walk out. We're not followers in the world. We are leaders. And Israel is one of the countries, even though they're having their crisis and their war going on over there, Israel is one of the countries who sent medical aid to Jamaica as we are in this crisis. And this is why we cannot take a position on foreign policy to go around the world buying out people war and getting involved in things we have no business getting involved in. If you're not say peace, not say nothing. That should be the position. So you see how reckless they are and unfit they are. You put them out there to represent Jamaica, they cause diplomatic confusion. Can they do any better? No. Have they learned anything over the last election? Absolutely not. They're doing the same thing. Leader not showing up at important events and stuff like that. So we get another absence during one of the most important regional conversations since the hurricane. You might be asking, why does this matter so much? Well, let me tell you. In disaster recovery, leadership isn't about speeches or press conferences. It's about sitting in the rooms where decisions affecting Jamaicans are being made. It's about advocating for your country. It's about unity. Government and opposition don't have to agree, but they must show up. And the CARICOM meeting was where Jamaica could have solidified additional support, technical help, skilled personnel, even coordinated relief logistics. All hands must be working together. So a strong opposition voice could only strengthen our negotiation position or our presence. But there was no voice for the opposition, no presence, no representation. Who can Dayton Campbell represent? Dayton Campbell not come to represent nobody. The opposition leader who is being paid how much $1 million should have been there. It appears that Mark Golding, he only wants to, at this time, the only involvement he wants to have in the seat of the opposition leader is he wants to give instructions to the government. No, it doesn't work that way. He wants to be telling the government, give the MP them 50 million and do this and do that. But when time it come on to put in your shoulders to the wheel, you're not doing it. You're using this hands-off approach and you're making it very obvious that you hate our government, probably even hate our country, probably only see our country for a place where he made some good money and him can do just about anything he want. Because as so Jamaica stays sometimes they make anybody come in our country can do anything. Dayton Campbell had no business there. Did he make a good suggestion? Did he come with pen and paper for write down anything if he came back go show the leader? He shouldn't be there. That's crazy. When the opposition leader doesn't show up, it sends a message. And not a good message. It suggests one, this organization. It suggests that the PNP is still struggling to act like a government in waiting. It suggests they did not learn a thing from Cayman. God have mercy. It makes me wonder now if Cayman deliberately come to Jamaica with their premier and their opposition together. It was embarrassing. The least we expected was for the opposition to be there. Be on time, be prepared, show strength, show unity. He talks about unity, but he's not about unity. Is the PNP ready for leadership in a crisis? No. Thank God they weren't in leadership of the country. But let us pull this out of politics for a moment, guys. Jamaicans are hurting. Those who were in the storm's path, some of them are still hurting. Some of them lost their homes. People are displaced. The damage is deep. And this is the moment when the entire leadership of the country, not just the leadership of the government, the entire leadership of the country, government and opposition must rise. Because if you cannot show up to represent the people regionally, how can Jamaicans trust you, Mark Golding, to lead nationally? Mark Golding and the PNP, if you cannot show up to represent the people regionally, how can Jamaica trust you to lead nationally? Leadership is not optional during a disaster. It is a responsibility and it is mandatory. And it's not just for the Prime Minister of Jamaica to show up. Mark Golding is supposed to be the opposition leader of Jamaica. Who does he represent when he fails to show up? So as the country continues to recover from the blow of the Hurricane Melissa, we're going to keep asking the questions that matter. We expect better. We demand better. Jamaica deserves leaders who show up, especially when the region is watching and the region is showing up. And to the PNP, Cayman Islands, come show now how it's done. It's a disaster. They move together. The leader over there and the opposition. So the region is paying attention. All these regional leaders want to see there. When Andrew Holness called out the PNP in a very slick way, you see how the leaders them turn on and look on data? You think them not see and they don't know? They see and they know. Them see and they know say this so-called opposition leader in Jamaica. Him no mean the country no good, him no nothing. And see him like how he want to style Jamaica, so we have to style him back. Mark Golding is nothing in our politics. So CARICOM is watching and Jamaicans are paying attention. The diaspora is paying attention. And so are we here at JPU. For those of you who are just joining, thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, guys, please do so. There is a super chat over here tonight. Let me go ahead and replay this video of the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, meeting with the CARICOM leaders who are on the ground, observing and having talks with Jamaica about how we move forward and how they can help going forward. As you can see there, Mark Golding was not present. Dayton Campbell was there, looking all bewildered, trying to understand what's going on. Said he was there representing the opposition. Have a listen.
Prime Minister Gaston Brown and my brother and friend, President Irfan Ali from Guyana. And of course, we have the Secretary General of CARICOM, Carla Barnett, with us, along with our friends from the multilateral community, IFC, IDB, and World Bank. Rebuilding Jamaica will require all hands on deck. Mike Dayton. But it will not only require Jamaican hands, it will require the hands of our brothers and sisters in CARICOM, in Central America, South America, North America, and indeed the wider world, including Africa, Europe, and the Middle East.
When you realize, say, I laugh, the people them a laugh off a data and a laugh off a PNP. When the Prime Minister say right data, no, realize, say, I laugh, people will laugh off him. Yeah, man, a joke. And by the way, Prime Minister, me like your style. The color there, the whole vesting, the Jamaican flag attached to it and stuff like that. Me know so them have when a wartime them put on dark green. Leaders put on dark green. So it look like when a disaster time I them a colour your wear. People no tell me come in and know. When a disaster time, other colour they put on. Khaki and with with your country's flag. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but it's nice. Anyway, what a shame and disgrace ya so. Eh? Lord God, me don't tell you already, you know. Me tell you from last night. Say the boy Dayton Campbell, him a line up himself to take over PNP leadership, but murder go on over there. People are got dead over there. Remember me telling you, murder go on over there again. Me telling you already, so them are gonna murder woman. And it come to pass. I mean, I tell you, say, Dayton Campbell wanting to be the leader of the PNP. Murder is going to go on over there. Okay? Mark my word. So that's why you see me come about him want monetary damages for reputation and all them something there. Nobody not take him serious. But the person in the comment who say my line up himself, yes, he might line up himself for true. Mark Golden is supposed to be leaving next year. Him good I want left now to win a know because I love money. Lord G, so this is laughable though. Can you imagine on a debate stage, the Honorable Dr. Andrew Holness trying to debate a little riffraff like Dayton Campbell. And I don't care calling him a riffraff because he is. Okay? And 5 years. 5 years. He might take set for me for. So I no mind calling him I could have called him some more colorful terms, but I go and save that for another platform. No over here, so. Why must Jamaica opposition party subject the government of the good government of Jamaica, subject Andrew Holness to the bottom of the barrel of the pot scraping people them? Eh? I don't think it was a pleasant experience for Andrew Holness go up there go debate all Mark Golden. You can imagine that for yourself. But you know what? We are not going to quarrel with the PNP for saggling up Dayton Campbell for leadership because we're going to know what to do with him, It's gonna be great. And let me just be honest. The last election was good. I very much enjoyed it. I'm sure some of you will say the same. Despite all the attempts to degrade our country, degrade our leadership, tell the lies and everything like that, we navigated through it just fine. And it was fun. I had a very good time. And I'm telling you, if we all live to see it, Andrew Holness versus Satan Campbell, we're going to have a fantastic time. Okay? No. Let me see something else. So, guys, wanna please to hit up the like button for me. Please and thanks. Me know say over here comfortable, but now come over here just come sit down. So hit up the like button and share the live, guys. Please and thanks. And Mia Motley sending medical assistance. This is a good thing. We like to see this. But I have a concern. It was reported this evening that 140 displaced residents still in classrooms as Petersfield High races to reopen for exam prep. If you were in the war room when I tell you, your currents run them from out of the shelter, make the school them. Currents say, run the people them from out of the shelter, make the school them open. Guys, I'm going to put up one video over here with you. and it was titled "Why the Homelessness in Jamaica Increased After the Hurricane." Well, it was kind of not a surprise because after such a magnitude of hurricane and the loss of lives and people being homeless, yeah, people are some of the shelters them even destroy. You're gonna expect an increase in homelessness. But here what may have a problem with now. Cause we know some always start the truth. We see the needs of food and nutrition being met. We see the temporary shelters being met. We see the medical assistance being met. The emergency issues right after a disaster. We see those being met. But I think we need to see more shelter problem. We need to see more shelter situation being dealt with because these shelters that are open, I think they were prepared before the storm. So who did go there before the storm? And maybe some people never evacuate after the storm when they lose their house, then go there. They go shelter. But I feel like say there needs to be an option where you kind of have a long-term temporary shelter situation for the people them who basically lost everything and they're gonna need a little time to get back them foot on the ground, right? Whether it want to be a tent community, something set up with the proper sanitation and them something there, as I mentioned over here one night. Cause them people here now have to come out of the school. Them may agree with Karen. Them to come out of the school them for true. But where them a go? Nobody now left them yard and going up. Me see a man put up a video. We see in a bathroom him a sleep. A man rather sleep in a bathroom than for left in yard got shelter, So anybody where you see in a shelter, people when have no house at all. People rather sleep underneath a tarpaulin than to go to a shelter. So clearly them people are gonna need a local long-term a local temporary, longer term stay somewhere. And I feel like at this point in time, this new week, I think this is week 4 since the storm, I think the government must start to talk to the country about the temporary shelter situation. I mean, when you think about it, if all across the disaster area there's only 140 people displaced, that not bad, considering it's a category 5, right? But I do not know if this number of 140 is all across the disaster area. I don't know if I just this one parish. I don't really know. But I think the government did okay before the storm where communication and them something is concerned. But like I've been saying, they've dropped the ball. And I am not going to shy away from or be afraid to say that over here. The government has dropped the ball on communication and especially communication. And they need to pick up the pace with the shelter situation. As I said, these are not people who just want to left them yard. Because I know Jamaican people them stay. They would rather for turn of their yard and not evacuate than for evacuate. And when they see them have left their yard, they not know where to go. Let me just go back to this real quick. I wanted you guys to hear what Mia Motley had to say about lending support.
Because of events such as this. As you heard from my colleague Prime Ministers, we are here first and foremost as an act of solidarity. Jamaica must know that it does not walk alone in this moment. This year it is Jamaica, next year it will be one of us. And it is important that we retain that solidarity. We have been fighting for international fairness on a number of issues because of events such as this. And that is why I hope that we can work with your government to see how best we can create an opportunity where they can focus purely on rebuilding and also being able to bridge the loss of revenue that will obviously take place for the next, God knows what, 9 months, 2 years, whatever. And if we can work with you and the international community to do that, that is step one. At the national level,
Look here now. You see the nastiness them where they in Jamaica with them bike there, a cause nice pollution and them something there. We have to deal with that, you know. We have to deal with that. You see the people them stand up here and try talk. And I know them see the people them attack, they have no manners. Here them are going with the bike them.
Barbados is already sent off its field hospital, and I think it is due to arrive tomorrow and will be set up, I'm told, in Savlamar. And we're happy to share that with you because the displacement in Jamaica is more than 3 times our population, just to give it scale. I know that President Ali will announce some initiatives, and certainly, as Prime Minister Brown said, we will also ensure that we will send people to be able to help with the bridging of the displacement. And then we want to be able to help with some equipment that we may have as well, in particular garbage compactor trucks. We just took 8. We will give up 4 of the 8 and try to get them to Jamaica, because you have at all times to be in a race against time in terms of trying to bring back normalcy to the people here. We have already sent tarps and generators and also immediate food out of Trinidad, Caribbean food that's dehydrated that people may more enjoy than some of the other stuff, and we will continue to do that. But the truth is that the biggest contribution that we can make to Jamaica with President of the IDB and others is to see how we can work with the international community to give you the elbow room, the fiscal space that you need, because you can't rebuild Jamaica without being given that. And regrettably, you are already close to hitting your fiscal anchor at 60%. That is now going to be diverted, but we all know that happened to us during COVID. We recovered from it, and I have every confidence that Jamaica will recover from this moment, and that the people in these 5 parishes in particular will have an opportunity to build back stronger and better, and equally that the individuals who have gone through this experience will have a greater passion now for why they must work together as a people to make their communities and their country the best that it can be. Thank you.
Well, that was a very good speech by Mia, and boy, I mean, I know. It really heartrending when you see the situation where the people are in. But you see the need, and you see Jamaica can't recover from this by themselves. Love Music, thank you. Love Music says, tell the church people to pitch them crusade tent and give people some place to sleep. Get them donations of toiletries, clean clothes, and sleeping bags. They can set up food distribution there too. That is an interesting comment, because I don't really see the church as active as we expect them to be. We have a big church community in Jamaica, but honest to God, I see more organizations separate and apart from the churches who are helping, and that's a good idea. For them come with a tent them and monitor a little community or a little place where them can, cause even some of the people in their own congregation probably displaced, One church in Westmoreland did open their doors to be a shelter, but part did mash down, so the people some of them have to come out and some go over one different part of the church because they got some damages. But everybody have to roll out and help. Everybody. I want you guys to finish hearing the speech that the Prime Minister made too. I'm gonna play the remainder of it. See it here.
In Central America, South America, North America, and indeed the wider world, including Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. And it is our intention to mobilize regional and international support to make the work of rebuilding lighter. And this is for good reason, because Jamaica can be.
Guys, this is not my device. This is whatever connection they're using to record this.
For example, of a country hit by a disaster of this magnitude, but recovers and community and our own taxes in the best and most frugal way, in the smartest way. So we intend to continue this through the development process. Now, it is regretful, without question, that having struggled so hard to reduce our debt from 130 or 40% of GDP to heading towards 60% of GDP, that we are now faced with a situation where half the country literally has been devastated in terms of its infrastructure, that we will have to spend on relief and recovery. But we have also lost revenues. So our financial situation is of great concern, and it has to be managed carefully. I know that at this time,
Hold on the guys' ads.
for spending, there will be even temptation for profligacy. But I assure you that my administration, yes, we will spend to relieve human suffering, but every dollar that is spent will be accounted for, but not just from an accounting point of view, meaning adding up the dollars spent, but will be accounted for from an efficiency point of view, which is really the greater accountability. That every dollar spent, every aid given, every commitment made will be used in a way that quickly advances the recovery, but at the end of it, makes Jamaica stronger. We've been very strategic in managing the disaster thus far. We're standing at what is essentially ground zero, meaning that this would be within the eye of the hurricane, stretching for about 30 miles from the center of the eye. And we decided that we would bring our friends to see the damage. But the tour was strategic. So we started in Montego Bay, where damage was significant, but certainly not comparable to here. So the international community can get a sense of what the real impact is. Jamaica is not totally destroyed. Jamaica is still standing, and we are recovering quickly. As we drove in, we would see people rebuilding on their own effort, which is applaudable. And we encourage you, if you can stand on your own 2 feet, then please do. It makes it easier for us to take up the people who can't. You would see, as Prime Minister Motley commented, why is there so much traffic on your roads? People are out. Commerce is returning. But we would have also seen the devastation on houses, on communities, the loss of historic heritage sites. Many of our churches, some of them 200 years old, totally destroyed. Our schools destroyed. Livelihoods destroyed. But as President Ali pointed out, the spirit of the Jamaican, indomitable, optimistic, and still looking forward to a positive future. That is That is the core on which we will build and recover Jamaica. So, we estimate that approximately 150,000 homes destroyed. We estimate that about 900,000 Jamaicans have been impacted. We estimate conservatively approximately $8 billion in physical damage. US, thank you, head of the PIOJ, $8 billion in just physical damage. That has nothing to do with what we will have to spend on relief and recovery and what we have lost in revenues. This doesn't take into consideration the loss of the tourism industry for the period of time, the loss in agricultural output.
28 years ago on November.
One year, guys, Prime Minister hosted CARICOM. Jamaica is a chairperson for CARICOM, and he gave them an all-inclusive tour of the disaster area and explained to them what we are up against. Big up the head of the PIOJ and big up the government for hosting the CARICOM community as nicely as some of these people. They probably have never seen this level of damage in their lives. So everybody should be concerned now. You see what going on over Europe? The whole of Europe flood out, guys. Whales underwater, People, vehicle and people house underwater over whales, So the earth vex right now, as the Bob Marley said, the earth vex. Plus what is going on over there in Asia. All kind of climate crisis around the world going on. So Melissa, come show the region, Caribbean region, that we better start taking this climate thing serious. Mia Motley has been one leading the crusade from the region where climate is concerned. And of course, Jamaica has taken some measures to try and minimize, how we deal with the climate and the environment in our own country. So it's a serious dilemma. South Africa is being hit by storms. I didn't know that. Thank you. Trisha, I was silently smiling as you made this comment, saying that you used to eat the bike them, but I them help transport during the storm. I don't really mind them, but then too noisy. And the boy them go on bad with them on the road, and if you stop it, man, oh gosh. But I get what you're saying. Climate change, yet US says it's a hoax because we don't have a mentally stable person leading this country, so we don't really take him serious. We'll be glad the day when we don't have to deal with it anymore. It's the US is, and a lot of people have been moving away from the US for this very reason. The politics is terrible, unstable, So these things happen throughout history. There's a season for it, and this is America's season. Jamaica almost suffered the same fate with the season of the politics that we're seeing in America. Thank God my Jamaican people are much smarter. Thank you, Jesus. Every day, me thank God. I tune in on know. Because I see the danger, people. I years now, I see the danger, And like a woman, I have been out here. So I just glad say under the circumstance with the crisis and the disaster, unplanned disaster, unplanned crisis, that we have this administration dealing with it. I trust their steady hands. They're not gonna be perfect along the way, and I told you guys what I find to be imperfect or where they can make some improvements. For example, the communication, the housing thing. I see some people comment in the chat that the government can't build back everybody else. Me don't want the government build back everybody else. We don't want a dependency handout culture to re-emerge in this time of disaster. We don't want to see that. But as the Prime Minister said just now, who can help themselves, it is commendable to see people helping themselves, and people must continue to help themselves. But we would be fooling ourselves to think that there won't be people who cannot help themselves. You hear the amount of houses were destroyed? I think he estimated 250,000. That's a lot. So there's going to be people, vulnerable people among the group, elderly, disabled people and them people there, poor people. What is the poverty rate in Jamaica? I think about 8%. So 150,000? Thank you, moderator. Good to see you back. Me think a 250 say. Well, 150,000 are still whole heap still, but the Prime Minister says some people, them have to go get the help. And I'm sure there will be a process of eligibility where them can go and see who really need help for true, because some of them people here, them going to try and scam out the system and see how they can get free house. But the blood of Jesus again, so no, leave the house them or whatever method of shelter the government will offer and assist to those who are more vulnerable. Anyway, I think I may open the phone line for 15 minutes. Anybody want to call and, if you have anything to say, this is the WhatsApp number. 15 minutes, guys. 15 minutes. Starting now. If you've got anything to say on this topic here tonight. Can't believe, it's embarrassing, Yeah, man. It is quite embarrassing to see the whole CARICOM there at Jamaica, which is very nice that they would take the time and effort to come and be with us. And the leader of the opposition, obviously, not there. Guys, please do hit up the like button for me. And thank you. I showed you guys a video this morning down in Westmoreland, in Little London, where the construction company named Issa built one house for a mother of 4 who lost her house. You see the people, them we have charity, them are going to try to help some people. And that's how we have to do it. So I didn't think in a million years that any government alone can deal with this. Everybody have to go come in and help. And you see some people will help too. Some of them will not even help. They sit on one side and criticize. And the government helping us, so and so helping us. Like, what's wrong with that? So there's so much compassion going around in our country at this time. People can help small, some people can help medium, some people can help big. And the man will come and say, don't make him money already. I don't think he help one somebody get back one house. What a scam. Hello, good night. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good night. Welcome.
Good night.
How are you?
First of all, I would like to say I appreciate your show.
Thank you.
I just came across it, and it's very informative, and thank you for what you're doing.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Welcome.
Right. But on to the subject here. It's sad that the two parties that they have in Jamaica, they can't come together and work as one.
It is.
Everything has to be about politics. Not in a time like this. And it looks bad on Jamaica because guess what? All eyes are on Jamaica right now. So everything that you do, everybody's seeing, taking notes, saying, okay, this is what's going on. There's a time and place for everything. This is the time CARICOM comes. Either have your representative there. It got to be an emergency, but you should be there as the leader of the opposition.
It look
Make
bad
it
for
make
you.
sense.
It look bad.
And then you want people to feel sorry for you, but yet you can't do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
You got your people standing up here talking about also the craziness, and you trying to make the government look bad, but guess what? You turn around, the spotlight went back on you.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering what the CARICOM members are saying to themselves. I mean, it looks so bad that we can't imagine them seeing this and not saying, boy, at a time like this, you understand?
But they probably used to it, because in every Caribbean country, the opposition always got something negative to say, right? It's not everybody gonna be kumbaya, but I know it looks bad right now. You could at least show your face, man, even for 5 seconds. Take some picture and leave then, but at least show your face.
Did you see what Cayman did when they came to Jamaica?
Yes.
Okay. It was the
Yes.
premier and the opposition leader, and boy, it's just so embarrassing.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it. This is not the time for, let me call out this person and that person and this person. We don't have time for that. People are suffering.
Mm-hmm.
People don't have a house. People can't even get reached to.
Yeah.
And you sitting out here arguing in Parliament, talking about calling people also. What they're called the Prime Minister's wife a yam head.
Boy,
I'm like, what are we doing?
Boy,
This ain't the time for that.
yes, that's a whole nother topic right there. Thank you for reminding us. But the level of disrespect and them something there.
Disrespect that they have. Stop recording. First of all, stop recording it. Stop recording it because it's embarrassing.
Yes, definitely.
Right, and then I mean, I know the government trying their hardest. I thought they would be a little bit more better organized with the logistics, but I guess maybe this is his first time dealing with a hurricane of this magnitude.
This is new for all of us. This is really new. This is really new for all of us. This kind of disaster.
That's why I give him grace,
Yeah.
because I was one of those people like, why are you up in a helicopter and not have your JDF general in the helicopter doing an assessment, so they can go out there and put up a field hospital out there because they have the tents to do that.
Yeah.
Right. That was who was supposed to be in a helicopter doing the assessment, not you.
You don't think the Prime Minister should have been doing it?
The Prime Minister don't need not immediately go out there and go, for what? You're going out there. It's not like you're bringing out food or anything to them.
Okay.
There's a difference. If you're going out there, yes, he is Prime Minister. And I'm going to get it because I know people going to come on your line and say, well, he's the Prime Minister and he needs to be. Yeah. Yes. But if he was going out there, bring something. Pretend you're bringing something.
Even the opposition did all that.
Because we know that's what it was. But why go out there? People, at that time, you got to understand, when a man goes through a trauma like that, they're into survival mode. They don't want to hear, I'm here to help you and I'm going to bring something for you. Well, boss man, you could have brought something.
I am even wondering now, looking back, if the Prime Minister or anybody did anticipate the level of need that people had immediately after the hurricane. You know what I'm saying?
If he was there during Gilbert, he would understand that, hey, I don't know. I'm not understanding because Gilbert was I would call Gilbert the second worst one.
Yes, in my view, yeah.
Yes, Gilbert was like the second worst one. So from Gilbert, you should have had an idea, and the type of area that in St. Elizabeth and the western hemisphere of Jamaica is. So you should have had an idea. of what might. You may not think, right? Because it was a shock to me, because it looked like the bomb. When I saw those pictures, it looked like when they dropped a bomb in like in Iraq or any of those Mid-Eastern countries. That's what it looked like. It looked like a disaster. It didn't look like a hurricane came through there. It looked like a bomb was dropped and blew up everything.
It was bad. It still is, yeah.
Right. And my thing was, and that was one thing I had against about it, because I was like, dude, that ain't the time for you to getting up on no helicopter and talking about you assessing anything, right? Without bringing something for those people.
You have to also take into consideration the helicopter. I don't know what the weight capacity is for people to bring stuff. I mean, the people them who were in need. I mean, how much can you carry? You know what I'm saying?
I get it, but I'm saying at least, because the JDF don't have Chinooks and Apaches and that. I know they do, because America give it to them.
No, still, but
right. So what they could have done was take the field hospital thing and bring it up into the Chinook. The Chinook can land anywhere.
I'm not into aviation,
especially
so I don't really
you
know.
Find you a nice dry area. The Chinook can put it down. They could have set that up and had at least have a field hospital there, so the people could have came out of the darkness and somewhere to stay until they can get themselves together.
The amount of people who really needed help, though, you get one helicopter for drop maybe 2 cases of water. Lord,
that's what they would.
The
that's
people
what you
them
saw them doing. It's like you dropping 2 cases. What do you think? How long do you think a 2 case of water gonna last?
The people them that probably kill one another for the 2 cases of water.
That's what I'm saying. I saw a picture, a video. I'm still trying to verify if it's true. The helicopter came and dropped the stuff, right, and then flew off.
Yeah, they were doing that too.
And now you see people just running from all over the place, just grab. And I'm saying to myself, why are you treating the people like that, man?
Yeah.
And I always say this. I say, one thing about Jamaica is that the richer will always be richer and the poor will always be poor, because y'all treat the poor people like they are not human beings. That thing hurt me, man, because I'm sitting down there looking at him like, Jesus, Father God. You mean you couldn't land that helicopter? It was a great area for you to land. It wasn't like there was water.
Yeah, well, thank you for your call, though. I'm going to take another call here.
All right, thank you.
Yes, have a good night. Hello, good night. Hello?
Natalie.
Yeah, good night. You're live.
Me just want to big you up, man. Me big you up,
Oh, thank you.
I call it from out of Albany, New York. I want to say big up.
Okay, big up yourself from Albany.
You think turn up. I mean, I'm fooling them and stop watch you.
I first say a call.
I want to say still. I can't believe say the people them turn this thing in a politics.
Why not?
Me can't believe that, but then again, we know who we're up against. I'm want to tell you, say, you see work what you do? Keep it up.
Thank you. Are the first year call over here?
I call before, man. I call before election.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I call before election. But I say keep it up because you're in light of world for people.
Okay, thank you.
I listen to you because of me. So keep up the good work.
Okay, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, man.
All right. Hold on there. Make a call back, your moderator. I think your moderator had a call. Hello, good night.
Good night, Natalie.
Welcome, you're live. What's up?
TV man.
Lord Jesus, TV man. You know, me think so the storm take you away.
No, Natalie. You want tip of water?
From the
okay,
from
my
the
love.
from the election, I don't
For the
hear you.
election, yes, yes, yes. You understand, man. Just
So you
refuse to
do.
the pavilion and listen people.
Where
Hear
you say
them
you were in the
voice.
pavilion?
And then like
You're
and
going.
that's me, Natalie. Sometimes I'm the person I don't even call a person. I just
Mm.
chill, listen how people still them God and where them say the government go wrong, where government go right, and what, and then talk all kind of thing and make up all kind of story, who this, who that, all kind of stupidness. I just listen to Jamaicans them and you say to yourself, when I pay it done, you say, why going to school sometimes? If you go to school and come out and be that don't sound fool and understand, when the things you go.
Mm-hmm.
If they say just tell yourself early and just go start with something where you could end up benefit of your life or profit of. Because the people that you hear talk some things. I've seen some action, I observed some face and some wrinkles I observed there and that's some face during the election and after the election. And when I look at the woman, when the woman speak some word, if you could take something and take Mr. Wellness with him that should I do.
Lord have mercy.
And I've been listening you with the program since night. I listen to you now. Don't feel like I don't listen to only girls.
Oh well, be glad say you're still there,
I
but
don't talk and you're asking for me. And I
mm.
just listen. Yes, I listen.
Okay,
But
that's
now let me
good.
tell you something in a this. You see this storm is a blow.
Mm-hmm.
I want Jamaica people. I'm sorry, I don't happy blow because I mean people get damaged, lose their life, all kind of things take place.
Yes.
But this time is a testimony and a test of faith for Mr. Andrew Holness and the GLP government to show the difference between the PNP and the GLP. Mark way before the election, they said, take the picnic money and make us spend your finger part with. Mr. Holness said, no, we can't part with the rent money.
Mm-hmm.
They said they don't want no container house.
Oh, you remember that? Mm-hmm.
See, when I get your container house with them, I get free from people now.
Mm-hmm.
Good? No. Just imagine if Mr. Holness or PNP did get a whole at this country, I should say then, and do the opposite of what Mr. Holness is doing. Now, no money in I kick if you do nothing. Not socializing with people. Because remember them, when they were trying to, they are the one who run to America go look them bread, you know. And they are the one who are saying to the Prime Minister, you don't have to listen when the Prime Minister was saying about something between them and Cuba. You don't have to listen to America. Stick with Cuba, because Cuba was, nothing wrong sticking with Cuba. Of course, Cuba was friends. But what is it that Cuba could do to help Jamaica in any crisis at this time? We have to help Cuba in any problem. Let's keep Cuba a problem. Because Cuba is worse than me right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look at all these things these people saying at the election. Check them. We got double the minimum wage in July in a April coming. Can you imagine now how that minimum wage is about to double now? Can you imagine the chaos when I in Jamaica right now?
So, how you feel about the election? Come know say your MP candidate never.
Election could have done. I'm going to write a letter to Mr. Holness. And I'm going to try and get a letter to Mr. Holness. Mr. Holness needs to get rid of some deadbeats around him.
Oh, really?
Including some caretaker, yes. Including some caretaker. They're deadbeats. We have one right here. Deadbeats.
Okay. All right. Well, write a letter then.
To sell themselves, they don't know how to make things right. They don't even know. Let me tell you something. There are a lot of deadbeats from the parliament between PNP right now and GLP. Some of them, not all of them, not the God.
Yes.
Between the both parties.
Mm-hmm.
They are deadbeats. And you see, I've been observing they're trying to politicize this thing like Mr. Holness Rostam. And when they get in some what you hear and who are this and that. Just imagine if we should take the PNP plan that they were offering from before the election. If we should have taken their plan, we're going to put the teacher them towards money school. Where will we find that money from? Good. We have a government money this in April. We have to find that money from and the private sector, the people, we have been looking for things. I go find that money from.
Mm-hmm.
The pay, the work saying, one worker go work instead of three within 30 little places. Good. So, we have to them this. Where we going to find the money from? Oh, nobody pay them the debt. A lot of these countries that we borrow these money from, I would pay them debt. Leave them and turn them back for
So look here. What go on down here, please? This is some of the deadbeat caretaker
in St. Mary.
Yeah.
In St. Mary, we get some damage some areas.
Yeah.
We have a light and so forth. But we are accustomed to not getting water. Because once you live under this regime where we've been for 54 years, you don't have to look for the water. Nobody look for certain things. Bad road, water, that's a for them things. Because we hear the heat that they go talk, say, in one church, in my community, I say, in the responsible road.
In the responsible road?
In the responsible road.
Okay.
And in Governor Parliament, it was the same thing. That's a daytime camera look for him. Don't you daytime look for him, and I'll find with the food speech and something. So that's the kind of people they are. And these people, same thing I tell these people now. You see, then they just wait till election time because they say they are PNP. And then jump up and say, oh yeah, we have a vote for PNP. But you have the question, why are you voting for these people? What have they done for you? What have you seen? Are you making any improvement? Your kids leaving school? Is they getting a job in the community here that can pay them? If there's any industry build up, there's any factory, whatever, any investment coming in? None of this. They're not ask the question. If them should leave this little area to PNP alone without the private sector, the business people, that be we suffer.
Now tell me, say it's the next Westmoreland situation, you know.
Yes, it's the same in Westmoreland situation. I tell you God truth. Central St. Mary is living like the same set, only because people are here of the ambition to build up their house and build them things. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Okay.
But if you should rely on the MP once, I should tell you we don't get water more than from election, before election we don't get water.
Oh my gosh.
We must only get water Sunday night gone. Last night gone we get water, but about 2 times water ever come back and it runs about 2, 3, 4 hours and cut off.
Then I want to survive down there.
Yes, I don't know if we live where water not there. I don't know if we don't heat no here or what. We can find water is here. This is how it is. That is how St. Mary is.
Only survive down there without the water.
The seat down, we call the next man down here. So that's industrial seat, you know. We call the next one there. Not up here, so. My name, Dr. Don. That's industrial seat.
So look here now, how do you guys survive with the water crisis?
You know, so me have my 1,000 thing. I'm from a full liter through, and I have a big family like that. I just throw away, so we just go and use. Take time till then come back on fine. Alright, me I go with a movie like get support me have a vehicle let me want go get what, but I mean I have to do that because I'm full my tank me can live. You understand that? But I know that people have more surprises on me because I say I'll never feel pull up and call in water trunk and sit there. I have a big family and all that. But I will tell you this, that if it's a same Westmoreland situation, it's only because where people have their own land, so they build concrete house.
That is the only difference.
Yes. They build concrete house because most of these people are family land and the land comes down and hand down and the people buy their land because most of the people who come in and buy, some of them are with the dieted who live there now. Some of these people are people who looking for somewhere because we have school here, a lot of teachers coming to live and a lot of police coming to work. And when you're a teacher and police and all these people coming to work, they don't really want to send here back again, especially central. In this area, they don't want to left. Everybody just comfortable because it's a place where no matter how small people enjoy themselves, people gel together, everybody know everybody. You sit down for a bar stool, you can talk and now until come everybody know everybody and everybody drink and eat and party, skip and it's just church, go on, everything just take place. But don't rely on the MP.
Oh God. Oh then when I forgot come together some more.
I see one time we're fixing the road. Some patrol. And the MP, Dr. Guy passing, Morris Guy. And he asked me why we're fixing the road.
Okay.
We want cement and check, we want flat road. And he asked me why we're fixing the road. And we said, we're fixing the road. That one PNP guy, we're gigantic to them, we're strict. Tell him all like a face word the same day. And those patrol are still there. Still there till now. Worse than now.
So, like, you kind of lose hope, though.
In what? No, not for Mr. Wallace on the wheel.
No. Well, I know. Before the election, you're over here with me. And
no, I listen, not I leave.
No, well, me not chastise
Yes,
if you
go
don't
ahead, go
come.
ahead,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
If you want absent, me understand. But may I say, before the election, you did sound hopeful.
Yes,
In a
of
your
course.
constituency, you feel like the change was coming on them something there.
Yes, because when
But
I saw the MP, the caretaker was campaigning,
yeah,
and when we speak to him about some things, he feel like he's doing everything. And I'm surprised to hear the man come and give a speech, come say something, said, him only the campaign 25% of the seat.
oh,
Don't tell me no,
really?
Natalie. You are the only MP get that chance and that length of time that nobody ever get that length of time and chance that you ever get.
Well,
The
that no
support
good.
that he get, nobody ever run behind nobody like that and support them like that. And when we talk to the gentleman and tell the gentleman, you need to do this, you need to do that. Oh, I have it wrong. I have it wrong. But I saw it coming, and then I started to withdraw from it. I said, something not right here. Because this gentleman not doing what he's supposed to do. But when I made saying to that to some of my people, and I said, look, I'm not doing for you. He said, no, man, yeah, man. I said, he's not doing what he's supposed to do. I have tried to hear this same gentleman post something saying he only campaigned 25% of the seat.
Something
Somebody
wrong.
here at them, don't. No, tell me no. Did you want to see a man like that?
Well, go ahead and write your letter to the Prime Minister because candidate selection is a very important part of public
Very
service.
important because the council of them not work. The council of them not working with him most of the time I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
He's not working with them. They are not communicating. They are not coming like, if you are a councillor and you run in a year, whether you lose or not, you're supposed to come back through with the present caretaker that's going to run.
Yes.
And say, look, this is two people that I found on my list. There wasn't so and so, but they come over and so and so. Well, then, me give you 2 yes, I give you 3 yes, I give you 4 yes. So, which the councillor is willing to work with him. But I understand some remarks past. I realized that the gentleman that's willing to work with him, because I know the gentleman was willing to work with him.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, when you're going to be, and this is what I'm begging Mr. Owens to do, and I hope he's listening to us, because it is very critical.
Yes.
Don't check up people because they say they're labor rights, or people to recommend you that there are labor rights. You need to have people, you need to screen them, have more than one meeting with them. Ask them questions, more than one person sit down and talk with them.
Yes.
Because you need to find people who can socialize, PR type of people, people who just don't. Him have a thing they call when keep up a party named Igloo. And him pay more attention to that. Even in the election after the man raising, you have your Igloo and you're going into an election and you raise the price from 3,500 to 5,000.
What a disappointment.
Put it on the same paper and I say, on the ticket, and I post it, pamphlets, and I say, 3,500 over here, now 5,000 up here. It was, if I tell you somebody said 3,500, you just put $5,000.
I'm kind of disappointed and I'm still,
Of course, I'm disappointed him because he's a young guy. And I expect him to come and do better. I'm not disappointed him. And when you start to talk to him, he has some cheerleader of a kind where I don't know what they're running for, what they're looking for, what they're getting. But you and them can't come together because the moment you say something in cheerleader, they take your hand. And I'm saying, it's just a handful of one. Handful of one can't make vote, count, make win. I mean, every handful can, if all the hand come on to deck, of course it can work. But you have a handful over there can make up all the night. And because you're making up the night, you're turning off people. Ask this gentleman, what you know about your constituency and the people? I mean, can't tell you. Can't don't reason with them.
No, you have to connect with the people.
If you find 5 people on the road, you say, go meet those 5 people. Yeah, man, you have to go up there. Next to the people and say, I didn't see him. Most of these people ask for the MP. They're so happy that what Mr. Wellness is doing. This gentleman could ride on Mr. Wellness, coat tail, and go through the gate.
No,
because
you have to connect with the people them first.
The people, no, he could ride on Mr. Owen. When I mean he could ride on Mr. Owen's coat tail, what Mr. Wellness has been doing for Jamaica, the Jamaica Labour Party has been doing for Jamaica, and he come as a young man. You need to publish what the Prime Minister is doing. If not publishing what the Prime Minister is doing,
now connect with the people.
He's not connecting with the people and the Prime Minister and himself. He can't talk to you. In now will a town hall meeting.
Lord God.
In cheer, come and call up the people and will meet out the road. And all right, you call kill a little bandwagon and 2 people. Stop and take a mic and talk to the people them. Address the people them.
So what him do?
What is your
So what if him not do none of them something? What him do then?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. That's what when I'm talking now, them start to say me, I go against him. And I'm saying I'm not going against him. I'm just teaching how to win a feet.
Yes.
I'm
Well,
teaching how to win a feet.
listen, if you decide to run, just let us know because we'll support you over here. Right?
Oh, yeah. This will continue. Look, what I'm saying again, Natalie, he could have won the seat. I am teaching how.
Me think he may have win too.
Teaching him. And I'm trying to show him. I look at him, I said, go out there. You have so much things to campaign and 54 years of no water, bad roads, bad reputation, and Calvert overflowing, Calvert black road tearing away. Everything, poor representation, people who do. Look here, all these things. You don't need handout situation to go. Of course, people going to want a thing. When you put him on Mr. Team, as far as him said, look here, there's a lot of people willing to vote, but sometimes some people just need some assistance. You're going out a road, man.
Him should have called you, you know, where I make you go, make you help him.
Hardware, because you know hardware, you hardware man up there behind and you. Just better agreement to the rest. He man want 300,000 or 400,000 and said, look here, whenever time I go on road and see me write that paper, you send come to you.
Mm-hmm.
Two clipboard or two. I will go out there one candidate, one voter, where he's well in need of something.
Mm-hmm.
You give him something, you might win something again. But then you might get the vote from him, but you might get the vote from when him said this man give something. And man also got this man a wicked man, they give a vote for the man and this man help you. Never vote for that man, because that man's a better man than what would they all years.
No, Jesus. But, you know, people have to understand that when them come into politics, you see the people them will criticize you constructively.
Yes.
It better you work with them, the people that have to work with the people them when they criticize you because they don't want to tell you the truth.
They don't want to tell you the truth.
You have to work with both people. You dare run away people. Don't you dare run away people who are give you constructive criticism. Draw them people are very close to you because they are going to tell you the truth.
But I disappointed a lot, you know. This gentleman is one of the youngest gentlemen ever run the constituency.
Yes.
This gentleman is he come with a little popularity,
yeah.
But he start to call himself a champ.
Lord God.
Look at the word. Champ is somebody who wins something for the champ a title.
The people must say the seat difficult to win.
You cannot call yourself something that you are not. Wait till when you get there. And if you're going to call yourself a champ, put in work. Just like all this gentleman who run against Michael Phillips, name Jabba, who get work for people.
Yeah.
Then we can sue it. Him lose, but the man lose with such dignity and honor. I have to respect a man like that.
Yeah.
Look at that. I think you do. I don't know. You never do want to try. You never try. Why them vote against you? Know? And who vote against you? Don't have the knowledge. Say no fair. If somebody's doing something for them, they should try and uplift you too.
So what you think him for do now? Like him run 2 times and now win down there so?
Oh, that gentleman?
Yeah,
well,
Jobs boss.
Alright, Jobs boss. Based on how him operate and him feel, if when him check off and tell him vote and tally and get based on how much him lose by, right? If could say, all right, then if I'm going to turn over the mantle to somebody else, what would this person? Like, I did 500 and this person will come there and bring 200 and forth.
Okay.
Then we have 700. But I won't leave this. I won't leave until I make sure this person is well situated in the seat. I'm going to back behind that person. Right? Not because you lose mean that you must walk away, because maybe there's somebody somebody has 4 or 5 or 10 people who decide to vote for you because of how they believe in you or see you.
So what do you think about Anne-Marie Vaz now?
Anne-Marie Vaz is this. This is what I believe in Anne-Marie Vaz. I think what happened to Anne-Marie Vaz, imported voters reach Anne-Marie Vaz.
Imported voters?
Imported voters. That's my imported voters. Because I work in Portland, just coming from Portland. And when you go to Portland, if you find 5 people say they vote for the gentleman, said, so them go to that Mary Bob.
Mm-hmm.
So, see the people in the era will vote for him.
Okay.
So you wonder where these voters are then. Because everybody's saying that they vote for Mary and then Mary lose. So where the voters coming from?
Boy.
And I really see something. Because if I look at Central Kingston, when Central Kingston vote bring down.
Central Kingston?
The voting pattern at Central Kingston went lose by 4 and some vote. Now Central Kingston has been by what by vote.
Me go check out. Me go call Lawrence when me done ask you.
But some countries people you say win for that vote.
Yeah.
Because some countries to trim the down.
Mm-hmm.
Why trim the down?
Transfer.
I think voter coming in our area.
Oh, okay. So you think she should have run back?
She could have checked the names, of course, and maybe let us go through that knowledge things and stuff.
No, listen.
You don't vote and maybe move from earlier on.
May I ask you if you think she should have run back again?
She should have run back, of course.
Oh. Boy.
She should have run back. And she will win back. She will win back. I'm not even doing back. She will run back.
Okay.
She will win back. Because one of the main things that they try to brand and marry Barbie and the Barbie. Jamaican people don't like people with ambition, 3/4 of the PNP don't like people with ambition. If you have ambition, they don't like you. But if you have ambition and you are thief, you are criminal, you have this, you have that, they start to demand take over the Highland here in Portland. With that Highland team, the Highland out here in Iwaka. Then start marry Barbie and take over the beach. And then keep spreading the propaganda, because they are good at spreading propaganda.
Yeah, but you forget good at countering it. Mm-hmm.
Right. So a lot of that they should have been started while Mary is focusing on building a family and for the people, build them as a family and work with them as a family and build. Because even now I'm going on the same work, the man not people is taking place. They are going on. The book center making up going on, the thing taking place up here. You understand me? It's going on. The work them that Mary. So they are taking place. They are going on. I saw them in action. With me today. I saw it. And even saying it to my friend, talking to a friend. They are taking place. But the thing is this. I think some people imported in that seat to vote. So what they've got to do is check the voters list and find out. So I see. Not that them just come vote suddenly. That the voters, they are thief. They just come in as a rap. No. Then they sign those people names and they send the put them over on the voters list before the election time. You understand me? So they could get the time to the chance to vote over there. So a lot of them people they then get them money for going go vote. So that's what I believe take place in Anne-Marie Vaz area.
Okay.
Right? Because you see that Anne-Marie Vaz were up there with them people who should be up there. People will talk to you all kind of things about you. But nobody will like you. But the fact to me that what you have put down, when you put down a color paint red, they can't say black or blue. It was red.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what they say about you, no matter what they talk about you, she done good work up here. She done very nice work up here. She work with the people and I understand I work with a lot of people up here because I do a supermarket, to do the school, supermarket, I work through them, all of these places. And believe you me, people say no. They could go to Anne-Marie, meet her, call her, she get things, then get things from her, then get help from her, then get this from her. Then how can people get so much things and still go against what they and that feed them?
Some of them, let me tell you, sometimes you can't trust, let me tell you something, and I just the truth. Sometimes you cannot trust poor people. Are the same people them come tell us we're going to sell them vote, you know? The same people them will sell them vote. So anyway.
All the council them winning and not here, you know.
Yeah, there's probably a few factors at play here, but
yes, and if all the council win and marry here, I've been there and I see because I bring people up here to vote on the same day. And when you look on what you see, and I said to you, important voters come in and marry and vote against her. Important voters, and that's why the guy is so cockatoo because he own Portland people no obligation.
All right, well, it's good to hear from you. It's been a while.
And I'm listening, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm listening, man. And down so I'm really sorry for those people and then problems and the tragedies that they have down there. But we just want to make a people. This is our opening hive. If we didn't have a person like Mr. Holness and his organization behind this country, to hold this country. If we should take all the necessary things that the PNP they said we should do, where our country have been now?
Mm-hmm. All right.
The people have to get them rid of here and the double minimum wages, what would happen? The people them with all these things where we say them now get them this and get that, what would happen? Then 3/4 who media look and we would not look and we now. Because if you didn't notice this man, they got the CARICOM meeting.
Lord God.
This man, they go to the CARICOM in the mind. So can't just imagine you see the CARICOM people them back away and behind me. Just not so we talk next time, girl. And I'm here, man. Just let the audience know. We're not going away.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
With the pavilion, I relax. I mean, listen to everything. I mean, observe.
Yeah.
And that's why you listen, I tell you. I mean, sure, me tell you, me there. What the fantastic. And I will take you and tell you. Anne-Marie, get imported voters up here. Then import voters for Anne-Marie up here.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Have a good night.
Yeah, man. And we could continue to listen to the program, man. All right, then. And tell the ladies them what they do for me.
Okay, I will tell the ladies them.
All right.
TV man, not yellow up man them. Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, Natalie.
How are you?
Turn down my background. Hi, I'm here listening to your program. I wanted to chime in. I'm calling from California, but I wanted to chime in on one of your previous callers.
Yes.
The lady that mentioned that she didn't understand why the Prime Minister was going in helicopters to go down to Westmoreland. And I'm saying, as a registered nurse, and I'll use this analogy, every intervention begins with assessment. You cannot go intervene. The Prime Minister cannot act. And I'm pretty sure that's a part of, disaster response.
Protocol.
You have to assess the damage, right? Before you can intervene. How is he? And then she's going to say he didn't bring anything. What should he bring? 2 bottles of water? And then how does he decide who gets the water and who gets what? He didn't even know what he was going into to begin with. So he has to go down, assess, and then he dispatches. So the JDF and all these people, she's saying that they go down. The JDF does not lead the government. So the government assesses and then it dispatches the arm of government that needs to intervene.
Not just that, but he has to gather the information for himself so he can be talking with CARICOM and telling them what the damage assessment
and tell what the needs are. So that's a part of his assessment. He's collecting data so that when he collect and gather that data, then he can go back and he can report to his partners, the NGOs, this and that. These are my needs.
Yeah.
And then you can intervene and start to respond on the ground.
So what is the difference between him going out there to do the damage assessment and the opposition leader doing the same thing?
The opposition leader can go look.
Yeah, he did.
So that when the Prime Minister is telling him, he can understand the magnitude of what happened.
Yes.
So he's like, yeah, I can agree. Yeah, what you're saying, there's a rationale for the things you're demanding because I saw for myself that this is true too, right? But at the same time, I don't hear anybody saying Mark Golding didn't bring anything.
Well, a two helicopter trip he made the second time, he went directly into Eastern Westmoreland. On that helicopter, he probably should have brought some stuff because he knew he was going to make a stop in this particular area. You understand?
Right. So but one food drop with a helicopter.
You're right, yes, because him know. Yeah.
And furthermore, that Westmoreland is controlled by PNP MPs and councillors. Where is the mayor of Westmoreland? I haven't seen that person.
Lord Jesus. Nobody talk about
the mayor all now showing up. I see the mayor of Montego Bay, busy helping people, washing out their homes and whatever. I don't see the mayor of Westmoreland all now.
Me I tell you, says a disgrace. And then again, you see the cleanup effort when me say I go on are supposed to be going on. It's like everybody is waiting on the Prime Minister to clean up the country. All of them represented. Me not see that.
No sense. No, I hear people talking about the government, right? The JLP has what? 35 members of parliament, including the Prime Minister, correct?
Yes.
So I don't understand. They expect these 35 people to be dispersed in all these communities that have been devastated. So what is the responsibility of the PNP representatives?
Criticize and instruct. That's the only role they've been
these
playing.
people also collect taxpayers' money, right? They're being paid, right?
Yeah.
So they're also part of the government in the sense that they represent those constituents.
Yeah.
I saw Juliet Holness went down to Westmoreland to drop off some stuff, right? And people say, "Oh, she just a reach." I'm like, do these people understand that her constituency also suffered major damage?
I'm surprised I'm gonna get a landslide
so
up
that
there.
was not her. That's not her priority. That should be Dayton Campbell, who does not. He's far removed from his constituency. Like the man doesn't even live in the next parish over.
No.
He lives all the way in Kingston. So why did you vote for somebody who is not even close by? He doesn't even say he live in Montego Bay. At best. I live in Kingston. I represent Westmoreland. These people need to vote with some common sense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's
and then what do you want the Prime Minister to do? He's the leader. Imagine you go to a big company, right? And the CEO is downstairs serving everybody. That's not his job. He pays people to do that. So he is the leader. He's going to be delegating. He's going to pull all his resources and delegate and oversee your report up the chain of command back to him. So he knows what's happening on the ground. So he can plan, he can call up another CEO and say, I need this, I need that, and he pulls resources. That's what the Prime Minister's role is. So it's him down there, give out care package and a nail back zinc on people's house and a wash out house. What time him have to talk to foreign leaders and his counterparts abroad? Who's gonna do it for him? Mark Golding, Dayton Campbell, who's gonna do that?
Them not see it as a collective effort.
The PNP people off the hook and want even the JLP people who these people did not vote for, by the way, even though you have JLP people living in those constituencies. All I can say is that the caretakers can also step up and help. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody have to come in, can help. Everybody.
Yes, everybody have to, and I don't even know why this is politics and natural disaster. You're making it about politics. Come on. Like this hurricane, Melissa, it affected everybody. Rich, poor, the haves, the have-nots, Labour, PNP, no peace. So we all have to come together. This is one time we must come together as Jamaicans. Forget about politics as Jamaicans and help each other.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna understand, but Natalie, great program. I'm glad you have this, this avenue so people can vent, because sometimes people just need somebody to talk to and listen,
True. Thank you so much for calling all the way from California.
All right, I'm listening.
Yes, have a good night.
Bye-bye.
The caller is right, As the leader of the country, you have to assess the damage so you can have knowledge of what the totality of the damage is, so you can talk to people, so you can delegate and all of them something there. So, yeah. And then the cleanup. I feel so sorry for Jamaica with this cleanup. But we have to go do, because guys, I want a whole heap of debris, Whole heap of debris. Hello, good night.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good night, you're live.
Yes. I'm trying to say that the lady is talking about helicopters, right? The Prime Minister, right? Did they forget that the Prime Minister could not go by road? Until now, some people cannot even reach by road.
Yes. Jesus. Thank you for that information.
I listen to this again. These PNP, then, when the whole heap of mud and the mudslide, the mud, what come down in Jamaica? They're stuck in a mud, not even the biggest train and wrecker can't take them out. They need divine intervention. And the one next thing I was calling the other day to tell you about it. Did you see the reason why the hurricane happened?
The reason why the hurricane happened?
The hurricane, I know you missed that one. There was the seismic people them that checked the data of earthquake and everything like that. And the guy went to check the reporting for the weekly thing. And he said, oh my God, this is why this hurricane developed and become this wicked. They're exactly under where the hurricane was wheeling for days. There was seismic shift where the earth released a whole lot of heat from the sea bottom.
So you say you believe so an earthquake come with the hurricane too?
Man, every time me telling me, never saying, he was telling me all the time. I said all the time when the wind started to blow, they was shaking. The house is shaking.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it, you know. Me not believe in a conspiracy, but me I tell you that the level of damage that we have seen. I understand the winds were high, but when you see all the thing look splinter, this are not just hurricane. The thing them too
You could go and check
splinter.
it for yourself because the other day I talked to you on the phone, and next morning when I wake up, I was watching the TV, and it happened that the people then do the seismic check.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you.
The guy said, I did not intend to come and report this, but this surprised me because there's big tectonic plate move under the sea. The earth tectonic move, it was showing earthquake all the way to Puerto Rico and all these places around Jamaica.
Me that say I could a tornado come to, you know, but it look more like
it was tornado.
It look more
Remember
like it makes
the guy
sense.
from St. Elizabeth said he pick up the cows them off of the ground and throw them all the way over and kill them. What do you think pick up people off of the ground? It's tornado.
So this wasn't just a hurricane. I'm convinced.
It was not a hurricane. It was tornado and earthquake come with it.
Okay. Well, you have to take bad things back, but boy, I don't know.
You ever have experience in a tornado?
Yes, me living at the south. I've seen it.
Listen, you don't know this, but I used to work on those ship that comes out in Miami, you know.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s. When it come down and the sea, they call it sea sprout. And I've seen it many times where you take up the water and start sailing all the way in the air like that.
Yeah, man, it's tornado will lift you out of your bed, you know.
No, storm is not wicked like tornado. We take up the whole house and find you miles away. And
then again, the thing with tornado too, you can't see it come from days away like the hurricane. Them want sudden destruction.
Tornado different from the sky. It's like a vortex, you know.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you for that information. Big up yourself. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, bless up, yeah?
Yeah. Guys, you see, even in medicine, sometimes I know everything medical experts can explain to you. Me I wonder how the meteorologists them not come out and say something else from what took place with the hurricane. But me no idiot. From me look on the destruction, me know no hurricane alone come the day of September 28th. Hello, good night.
Hi, Natalie. Good night.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for what you do.
You're welcome.
I wanted to call to say that I agree with the lady that called before this man.
Yes.
Because when I listened to the lady saying that the Prime Minister should not be assessing, I did not agree with it. So I'm glad somebody else would have caught on. Okay. Prime Minister needs to do his own assessments. He's like the CEO of the country. Such a great hurricane that caused such a great impact. He needs to see firsthand. So I don't think she should be saying that the Prime Minister don't need to do assessment and allow people to do it for him. So that's one of the points I want to make. And this gentleman that called, my family members also say that there was a lot of shaking of the houses. One of my family members in Chilani, a matter of fact, said that the breeze was just spinning around the house like a hurricane, like a tornado.
For real?
So I don't know what it is, but it was just not. I don't believe it was just a hurricane by itself. Because when you talk to people and you hear their experience, then you realize that it was much more than. I tend to want to believe that there was something else.
You think it was a tornado and not an earthquake, or you think all three?
I think all three, or maybe at least, for the very least, a tornado and an earthquake, because they describe the shaking, right? And I've lived through even burial, and we didn't experience that, and maybe I was very young with Gilbert, but how they described it, it was not normal.
Yes.
It wasn't normal. And one of my cousins, I mean, people are so traumatized. I think, we have to be there for our family members because even to talk to them or, help them as much as you can. Because I live in Kingston, but I was so tormented. And one of my cousins came up and I felt much more comfortable taking the trip to St. Elizabeth. And I went up on the hills.
You go down to St. Elizabeth?
In the hills.
When you say go down there?
Pardon?
When did you go to St. Elizabeth?
About a week after the hurricane.
Oh.
I was just so... my cousin managed to come up because we couldn't get through to anybody. And I wanted to go, but I wasn't sure about the road. Not just to go into the Black River and so on, but to go up on the hill.
Yeah.
We're from... My community is in the hill, and we have to drive up in the hill. So I wasn't sure. But when she came up, I had the confidence, you get things for your family members and, people, neighbors and all that. And it's devastating, though. And I went into Black River because I tried to find my other uncle that lives around that side. And, oh my God, Black River, it's like a big rubble.
My goodness.
I asked Mommy, where are they going to put all this garbage?
Yeah, it's going to be, the cleanup is going to take a while, I'm telling you.
It is going to take a while, and people need to exercise grace, They need to show more grace to our Prime Minister, because, to take on all of this, it's just a sad situation, and we need to exercise grace and patience, you understand? And if we have immediate family members that are affected, check on them. Last night my cousin was sharing, she called me, she managed to go somewhere to pick up she was able to call me because they don't have internet and they don't have digital and cable, but they're out of the blue. They might just go into a spot and they can make out a call. And she was just expressing how much she appreciated just showing up for them, So you have to show up. It's a lot. It's going to take a while for us to get back.
Oh God!
Especially on that side, it is heart-rending.
So how did you feel when you were in St. Elizabeth and you saw the devastation?
I was terrified, and I went and I stayed the night, so I didn't have any. I just didn't want to travel back into. And I stayed with them. I enjoyed the moonlight.
Okay.
And I was just there, vibing with them and trying to lift their spirit up in the hills, And it felt great to be there for my family and to take what I could afford and all that. But when I see the deficit, all the houses that were wooden houses, they fell down.
Oh, so your family, them all right now?
Yes, for the most part, because those wooden structures that we had, so even in the yard, we might have a wooden structure and a concrete structure, so the wooden structure fell down.
So everybody just come together under the concrete?
Well, most of my family members don't reside there anyhow, but we still have a few because my grandparents died. So, like my uncle, one of my uncles there, and I have a lot of cousins. But they are coping. It's hard. I can tell you it's very hard because even the other day, one of them called to say, the rain fell and they were trying to catch some water because they don't have any water.
Yeah. And
then the breeze came with the rain, so they were wondering like a freak storm and like everything. They're trying to set the ponds to catch the water and the ponds were blowing away. And I was so emotional about that because, in your distress, you're trying to figure out, And somebody called my mom today and was asking about people who have small businesses. A lot of people, I think, we are to focus also on the small businesses that operated in these communities.
Yes.
To help them to build back. And I think because when the person called and said that's a grand idea, they want to donate to at least two persons who had a small business. Because like my family member they do things. They farm chickens and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a shop. One of them had a shop. Two of them had a shop and we blew out.
Okay.
You know, so that's their livelihood. So it's daunting. It's
Yeah.
really depressing on them, and I have to really just encourage them, help how I can.
This is definitely a test of patience. This disaster. I mean, you really. I don't know if you've ever had your patience tested in life before, but when you understand what it is for your patience to be tested, maybe you will be able to cope and carry on and feel hopeful. But those who have not had their patience tested, I can only imagine how hard this is for them.
The trauma, I can't stop mentioning the trauma because it took a while for them to sleep. I think when I went down and when I spent the night with them and I heard her sleeping, even though I couldn't sleep, it felt so good to actually hear her, snoring and getting the rest because they need counseling. They need, I don't know, because even sometimes they say when they close the eye, they feel like the body's running. When my cousin told me she had to fight for her life.
Oh
and
my
she said
gosh.
and she was living in a slum house. But the window, I don't know if you know those doors that are made out of metal. That flew off the house. She said, that's why I'm saying it could not be only the storm. There had to be something else, because, how you get a door out of the house that is not even a board door.
Something wrong with this storm,
And
man.
then she said it was shaking. The house was just shaking. And they were trying to close the window and they could not manage to close the window because trying to hold on the window and everything. And she said if it was a night, if the hurricane hitting the night, she don't think they would be alive today.
Wow.
And she's in a slab house.
Enough little kids me here say this storm pick them up, pick them up and fling them down, Several little kids. Yeah.
Normal. Something you not understand it. It's not normal.
My goodness.
So that gentleman who shed some light on seismic shift and all that.
Yeah.
But it is possible because they describe the shaking of the house. I ignored them because I went to Trelawney to check on family members that we couldn't hear from. And it was the same thing they were describing.
Wow. Okay, well, hopefully.
Thanks. We continue to pray and give God thanks because it could have been so much worse.
Yes.
If it came on the original part that it was projected to come on, I don't know what we would be doing at this point. But I sympathize with the people, and I know it's gonna take time, but I think we should also, as Jamaicans, report ourselves in a better manner, And I'm glad that we have voices like yours and 411 who are not afraid to speak the truth, even if it's not what we want to hear at times, And I like the fact that you mentioned that the communication needs to be stepped up on, the Prime Minister needs to let people know what is happening because a lot of people are pretending as though are saying that they are more feeling the impact from private donors, you understand? And not necessarily from the government. So I don't want the Prime Minister to vocalize that. And I also agree with Karen that said that the people need to start picking themselves up.
Yes.
Stop sitting down. As some people said, now start wash out. When I was coming back to Kingston and I saw people close on the line, it felt good. It felt good because it means that, listen, people are picking up the pieces. And I think that's the mode. They can't sit down and just rely. You understand? On the government to fix everything because we don't have the money to do that.
Yeah, a lot of people can help themselves. I mean, not everybody, but some of them when I say out there, honest to God, them can't help themselves. I've seen some people already, them get one tarp, we call it a tarp over here, but them get a tarp, them put it over them roof, and them see what them can do and try to you know.
And me look back and,
Yes.
do something.
Yeah, because what are you gonna do? Just sit there? I mean, come on.
No, they need to do something. I pray a lot, and I mean, we would have hoped that the hurricane didn't impact us so badly, but I still give God thanks. I give God a lot of thanks that it was not worse.
Yes, we have a lot to be grateful for.
The original part, a lot of persons would have lost their lives, and I'm so still grateful. And we just have to ride this one out. We just have to stick together. I mean, I was saying to my cousin, come together because they don't have any water. I'm like, there's somebody in the community with a van, and I pay them a little money to buy gas. I'm gonna come and I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have to work together in the community.
Yeah.
You understand? Because my family, where they're living, it's not on the main, so they're not feeling the distributions and the whatever, because the people on the flat, they would tend to get more than the people in the hills.
Yeah.
You understand? And so but they're positive, but it's heart-rending. It's heart-rending. I'm telling you it is.
Yeah, but we still have a lot to be grateful for, as I say. Can you imagine if Kingston, with the population that we have,
Right.
and then that's where our main ports are, and boy, I don't even want to talk about it.
My
But
God, nothing you can't even imagine the thing.
no, sir. But our people have the right spirit. The global community, the region, we all have the right spirit.
I'm so proud of our Prime Minister today when I saw him and the CARICOM. My goodness, that's so wonderful.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you so much for calling on.
Thank you for all you do, and I'm glad that you were able to come to the Prime Minister's inauguration.
Yes.
I watched you midnight, but I don't know why I cannot comment. I don't know what is wrong with my chat. It's like, I don't know how it disabled.
Oh, so well, maybe you want to re-download the app.
Commenting would be after the video, or if I'm watching the video, but I cannot see the live chat, so I'm not sure what happened there.
Make sure you subscribe, maybe at that.
No, me subscribe.
Or try to re-download the app then.
Okay, I will try that.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you, and take care of yourself.
Thanks, you too.
All right, bye-bye.
Guys, sometimes in life, when bad things happen, there's always gonna be something positive that you can draw from it. I promise you. Sometimes things happen and it looks so bad immediately, and we don't spend the time to see, what is there to be thankful for. And my auntie teach me this when I grow. She was and still is a devout Seventh-day Adventist. And every time something happen, if your bucket toe, if something bad happen, she always say, you must be thankful. And I never understood it. But as a student of life and, having my own life experiences now, there's a lot to be grateful for, If this thing did sweep across the whole of Jamaica, we'd be singing a different tune right now. And thankfully, because we are Jamaica and we are Jamaicans, how we move through the world, everybody just want to help. Every single soul just want to help, and I love that. Anyway, let me just show you guys this before I leave. Last night when I spoke to you guys on camera, this is what I was talking about. You can see the NIA, National Integrity Action, had posted this thing in 2017, where they were urging then opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips to rid the People's National Party of corruption and liars. And we see now those same people have emerged as leaders in the party, and we see what we have now for an opposition party. Also, from yesterday, I talk about NIA and Trevor Monroe. I see Trevor Monroe come out here and now talk. Let me take a listen. I haven't heard what he said yet. Let me see if I can get an audio to share with you guys. The headline says, Trevor Monroe calls PNP's rejection of Joint Parliamentary Committee on Melissa unfortunate. So Let us check that out. I wonder if Mr. Monroe over here listen. Because a long time we don't see him, you know. Mr. Monroe, I throw you a call up your name, make you come out today. Good night. Let me see if I can find an audio, guys. This is courtesy of Nationwide. See it here.
I think the PNP's reluctance or reflection and saying they're not going to join is unfortunate, because even if it isn't to some extent redundant or going to overlap with the functions of the Public Administration's Appropriation Committee, it nevertheless would provide a signal to the country that the people can go to Parliament under the mechanisms of the Joint Select Committee, make their submissions in public and be heard by both sides of the membership in that Joint Select Committee, which includes senators as well. And since I'm on the point of the Senate, it's of some concern to me that since the new Parliament has been sworn in, the Senate has not met.
Wow.
We don't need to reinvent the wheel, thankfully. There's a National Partnership Council on which has been sitting for this since 2011 when it got formally established. Both the government and the opposition, as well as the trade union movement, private sector, representatives from women, youth, and academic groups. And this National Partnership Council has been strongly endorsed by Washington Miller, then Bruce Golding, and now Prime Minister Holness himself, who has promised that the National Partnership Council will be strengthened in terms of its secretariat and administrative capacities, as well as, I believe he said in his presentation to Parliament, not last Tuesday, the one before, that the National Partnership Council will be reactivated.
All right, so you hear Mr. Monroe condemning the PNP, saying that it's unfortunate that they rejected the Joint Parliamentary Committee. So you see, the PNP right now is a spirit of confusion because it was the opposition leader who run out with some junior MPs on this thing about accountability and Joint Select Committee and them something, and then a week later, you know, they don't want it. So we don't know what they want. We don't know what they mean. We don't know if they understand what's going on. But it is ironic. It is rather ironic that Mr. Monroe come out today and from yesterday, we call up him name and say, boy, we don't know about cuss him again, because some people used to cuss him. Especially labor rights used to cuss him. And I say no cuss him because he did tell the PNP say get rid of corruption and liars from out on the party. So we're glad for hear Mr. Monroe come out today. I'll take this final call before logging out, guys. Hello, good night. Hello. That call ended for whatever reason. All right, guys, let us catch up again on Wednesday. I posted a video today ranting about the disinformation, and I am still gonna hold this government accountable for dealing with the disinformation problem in the country, which is part of, in my view, the cyber crime problem, right? As me tell you now, a PNP man come out today, come accuse Babsy of about 4 murder. We cannot normalize this in our country. Disinformation doesn't just mislead, it destroys. In Jamaica and across the world, false narratives weaken institutions, divide communities, damage reputations, and destabilize entire countries. Now, if the Jamaica Labour Party don't want to take this serious, when you think that disinformation was a threat to the last election, think again. 5 more years of this, or even 1 more year of this, and you know we see what happened. I know that, you know, we're having a crisis or whatever right now, but we still have a country to run. We still have things to do. Okay? So, like I said, I am holding the government accountable during the election. I still have the video where Dr. Dixon, Morris Dixon, came out in a press conference and said the government is going to do something about disinformation. So we are holding you to it. Because when people come out and call phone name for murder, and I say on murder 4 people, that different From when they come out, come talk that about your average Jamaican, you know. Your regular Jamaican are going to retaliate or they're going to get hurt. You understand? So, guys, I'm going to put out a video in the morning. If you are a member, you will see it before morning. About the Speaker of the House and what I see going on right now with the Parliament. Very important. The people who are saying that they can't comment sometimes, I don't know why. The only people who cannot comment over here are people who are not subscribers. That's why I said to our friend who called earlier, make sure you subscribe. She said she is. So I'll go into the settings again and look and see what the problem is, if there's a problem. I'm sorry about that. Let us catch up on Wednesday, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Take care of yourselves. Until next time, have a good night.
Yo, JPU, Jamaica Politics Uncovered. This one for the Queen of Truth, Natalie. Natalie, you are one of the best. No test, JPU channel, pass the truth quest. Them are hide facts, you tear down the wall. Bringing info to the people, big up for all. From Parliament floor to country lane, JPU show the game. No stain. We love you, Natalie. Best YouTube channel, JPU, one fast. Check JPU, one true. Check who they live for you. Come check the channel, people them voice. Watch how you dissect the political scene. Clean information, no in between. We salute your hustle, your passion, your might. JPU shining light on the darkest night. Don't make them distract you, stay firm and true. You all of Jamaica, big up you, we love you. Best YouTube channel, JPU, one fast. Check JPU, one true, check who they live for you. Come check the channel.